Welcome back to Daffy's Digital Playbook, where we dissect the strategies of the world's smartest people. Today, we will explore how a group of nerds at a payment company laid the foundation for Silicon Valley's empire. This group has been dubbed the PayPal Mafia and includes founders from some of the most recognizable companies, including Tesla, SpaceX, Facebook, YouTube, Yelp, and many more. So if you want to learn how one group of talented individuals left such a lasting impact on the digital world, stay tuned. But before we begin, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we drop a new video every single week. Now, let's get into it. To understand the rise of the PayPal Mafia, we first need to go back to the beginning. In 1998, Elon Musk sold his first company Zip2 to Compaq for $17 million. He then used that money to invest in an online payment platform called Confinity. This was the same year Peter Thiel founded a separate online payment platform called X.com. In March of 2000, Confinity merged with X.com to form a large online payment platform, which they named PayPal. And while PayPal would later become a household name, this wasn't the case in the early 2000s. PayPal was actually just one small business in a huge industry filled with dozens of competitors. So in order to succeed in this hyper-competitive market, PayPal implemented an incredibly aggressive strategy. They targeted high growth, even if it meant operating at a loss in the short term. They made several acquisitions that expanded their reach. They formed strategic partnerships like the one with eBay, and they hired some of the best talent they could find. And that last part is crucial to our story because, unlike other companies, PayPal wasn't just hiring regular employees. They were hiring superstars. These were extremely smart, extremely driven, ambitious individuals who thrived in high-pressure situations. And being a part of PayPal was extremely high pressure. As one employee put it, if you can hack it at PayPal, you can hack it anywhere. And by all accounts, PayPal was extremely difficult to work at. Employees had to constantly outperform in a highly monitored environment. There was no room for slackers, and employees were regularly given performance reviews in front of their peers. Furthermore, there was no tolerance for corporate politics. If you weren't adding value, you were quickly shown the door. It didn't matter if you were a top executive or a low-level engineer. If you weren't pulling your weight, you got fired. And believe it or not, this actually resulted in increased productivity and a higher quality product. So you had a group of exceptionally smart, exceptionally motivated people working on a huge challenge. They were under immense pressure, but they had a common goal. They also knew that their fate was tied to the company's fate. So they worked tirelessly to overcome the odds. And after years of hard work, it paid off when eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion in 2002. This is important because it marked the end of the PayPal Mafia. All the events we've described so far are what forged the bond between these brilliant minds. They went through hell and back together, and it brought them closer. This isn't something you learn in business school. This is real-life experience that only a select few can handle. But before we reveal who these people are and the empires they've built, we have to make one thing clear. This isn't some sort of country club. Being a member of the PayPal Mafia isn't an honor. It simply refers to the group of people who worked at PayPal during this period. So with that out of the way, let's meet the PayPal Mafia. Dozens of talented individuals could be considered part of the PayPal Mafia, but here are some of the most prominent members and the companies they founded or co-founded. Elon Musk founded Tesla and SpaceX, two companies that revolutionized the automotive and aerospace industries, respectively. Peter Thiel co-founded Palantir, data mining software company that provides services to government agencies and Fortune 500 companies. He also founded the Founders Fund, an investment firm that backed Facebook in its early days. Reid Hoffman co-founded LinkedIn, the largest professional networking site in the world. Chad Hurley and Steve Chen co-founded YouTube, the second largest video sharing platform in the world. Jeremy Stoppelman and Russell Simmons co-founded Yelp, a restaurant review website, and these are just a few examples. If you look around, you'll realize that these names are everywhere. They're running major tech companies, they're investing in startups, they're writing books, they're giving speeches. Basically, there's no escaping the PayPal Mafia. But why is that? Why have these individuals had such a profound impact on our world? Well, for starters, this group was exceptionally smart and ambitious. These qualities allowed them to thrive in the high-pressure environment of early 2000s PayPal. But they also stayed connected. After PayPal, many of them went on to start their own companies. Some of them even went to work for other startups. But they still kept in touch. They attended each other's weddings. They introduced each other to potential business partners and investors. They even invested in each other's new ventures. And this brings us to the heart of the PayPal Mafia. What kept this group so tightly knit was the shared experience of working at a high-pressure startup. They faced countless obstacles, but they overcame them together. This gave them a sense of camaraderie that most people never experience. It was a time in their lives when they were all learning and growing, not only professionally, but personally as well. They pushed each other to be better. They respected each other's strengths and weaknesses. They celebrated each other's successes and consoled each other during tough times. Simply put, they became friends, and they've remained that way ever since. But you might be wondering why we care. What does this have to do with us? Well, it's important to remember that these guys didn't set out to build an empire. They were just trying to make it at a high-pressure startup. But because they were so talented and because they worked so closely together, they ended up creating something special. They created a tight-knit community of highly intelligent individuals. These guys weren't just colleagues or coworkers. They were friends. They were brothers in arms. And this gave them a unique advantage. It gave them the ability to attract top talent, to disrupt entire industries, and to shape the future of technology. You see, when Elon Musk left PayPal to focus on Tesla full-time, he didn't do it alone. He took several PayPal employees with him, including J.B. Straubel, who went on to become the Chief Technical Officer of Tesla. Similarly, when Peter Thiel started Palantir, he brought along several PayPal veterans, including Joe Lonsercio and Alex Rampell. He went on to become executives at Palantir. This allowed these startups to hit the ground running. They didn't have to spend time finding the right talent. They already had it. They didn't have to waste time building a corporate culture. It was already ingrained in these employees. They didn't have to worry about funding. PayPal was flush with cash from its IPO and eBay acquisition. All these startups needed was a great idea and the courage to pursue it. And this is where venture capital comes in. You see, venture capitalists love backing smart entrepreneurs with big ideas. When Peter Thiel approached VCS to fund Palantir, they didn't hesitate. They knew they were dealing with a brilliant mind. Similarly, when Elon Musk asked for money to build SpaceX, VCS jumped at the opportunity. These guys weren't just smart, they were also ambitious. They wanted to change the world, and VCS loved backing world changers. So the PayPal Mafia had the talent, they had the connections, and they had the funding. All they needed was time. Give these guys a few years and watch what happens. That's exactly what happened. Many of these startups went on to become market leaders. Tesla has become the most valuable car company in the world. SpaceX is revolutionizing space travel. Palantir is transforming the way businesses use data, and YouTube is arguably the most influential media platform of our generation. And this brings us to the final lesson of this video. What makes the PayPal Mafia phenomenon so remarkable is that it was a self-reinforcing ecosystem. The more successful the members became, the more successful the organization as a whole became. This allowed them to attract even more talent, which led to even more success. It was a never-ending cycle. So if you want to create something special, you have to build a strong network. You have to foster a talent-rich environment, and you have to be willing to take risks. If you do that, who knows? Maybe you'll end up on the next list of the most influential people in the world. So what do you think? Is the PayPal Mafia the greatest story of our time? Or are you just surprised that more people don't know about it? Either way, we would love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, please consider liking it. It helps us a lot. And if you really want to support us, please consider subscribing to our channel. We have some amazing content coming up. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.